Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's get right into the reading. Let's find out where your twin flame is at on their journey. Where is your twin flame at on their journey? Let's gain some insight into where your twin flame is at on their journey. We'll take one more. So this one just flew out. Okay. So the first card that came out is Nine of Swords. So where your twin flame is at. I feel like they are going through a lot emotionally, and you may also have been experiencing a lot of emotions that have been coming up since the holidays, since last year, maybe in the last couple of days. And so I feel like this also resonates with what the entire planet is going through. So depending on where you are in the world, you know, with the situation, with this pandemic, there's a lot of fear that is surfacing. And with this fear comes a lot of insecurity. So they kind of go hand in hand. So when it comes to your connection, these fears that have been building up since last year are really causing your twin flame to look at their own life, to really see why things are the way they are. And of course, you know, due to what's going on in the world, it's like, well, how does my life and how is my life being affected, and what can I change that I have control over? So even though your twin flame will always and is still connecting with you, I feel that with their focus, because of all this emotion that's coming up for them, that they are preoccupied at this time. And they're having to deal with all of the stuff that's coming to the surface. So this is, you know, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. And again, this stems from the inner child. The inner child is also experiencing a lot of fears with what's going on in the world. So with that insecurity, your twin flame is a bit preoccupied with the emotions that come up. And so they may be feeling these emotions. They may not necessarily know how to deal with them. So a lot of the times, you know, as soon as these emotions come up, like they try to shove them back down so that, you know, you can just get on with life and deal with everyday life. So they're having to deal with everyday life plus these emotions that are coming up. With these emotions, I feel, aren't necessarily all negative. What I'm getting is that they're feeling a lot of guilt with regards to your connection. Guilt of not handling your situation in a better way. Because again, sometimes we don't all have the tools on how to navigate like a twin flame connection, or even to handle a regular connection. So we all go through these, you know, we're being confronted with the guilt that comes up from maybe not necessarily handling a situation in the best way. So I do feel like a lot of frustration and anger are coming up. And sometimes this tends to come up in dreams as well. So they tend to be like dreams or nightmares where you're very emotional or very upset or crying or angry. So sometimes this is our way, our subconscious way, or even our inner child way of expressing these feelings. So if you've been having dreams or nightmares, like you can see that Monica's in bed. By the way, this card deck is from Friends. If you're not familiar, they're a popular TV series from, I want to say, the 90s, 80s, 90s. And so they're like this pop culture TV series. Anyway, so this woman is in bed, and this could be nightmares, this could be anxiety, waking up in the middle of the night. And so all of these things are what your twin flame is going through, and you may also be going through these things because you both mirror. What one twin flame feels, the other twin flame feels. And so you are picking up on each other's, what's coming up, these emotions that are coming, emotions that, you almost forgot that you had. And there are situations that are happening in your life where it re-triggers this feeling, it re-triggers the memory. And so your twin flame is dealing with a lot of their past. Now, the good news for this is that as this comes up within both you and your twin flame, this means it's coming up to be cleared. Because with the energies on the planet right now, whatever is being suppressed or hidden or blocked can no longer be hidden or blocked. The energies on the planet support release and letting go. So that is the really positive news, that when both twin flames are releasing stuff from the past, then it brings you both back into peace, harmony, and alignment, which will bring you back into peace, harmony, and alignment together in union. So that is very positive. So as much as it may be difficult for you or your twin flame, and for both of you, it's like you're in the storm right now, and the waves are crashing, and it's dark and thunder and everything, and it can seem really scary, but all storms do pass. And so that is the great news. So the next card is Six of Wands. So this person in the TV series, her name is Rachel, and Rachel is holding up a bouquet of flowers and a trophy. So I want to say that despite all of this, your twin flame is still very open to a happily ever after. And this makes so much sense because of what's going on in the world and what has, happened in history. Once the pandemic is over, it's like celebration. So your twin flame does have this positive vision of your connection and the other things that are, on top of their list, whether that be career goals, business goals, financial goals, marriage. I mean, when I see a bouquet of flowers, that could also represent like a wedding, but to me it also represents self-love, like buying yourself a bouquet of flowers because you're just in this better space of, okay, I'm doing great, I'm happy. And that is what happens after this kind of tower moment, ending of a cycle, like this pandemic. Once everything is over, it's going to be time to celebrate. And so with the trophy in her other hand, it's like success in all the ways that your twin flame wants. So this is also very positive. It's like getting through that storm, getting through this pandemic, and finally getting to a place of celebration. So I feel like this is where your twin flame is at, but I also feel it's where we are at as a planet, as a collective. Like, no matter what we're going through now, facing all of these really drastic changes that we've had to deal with in the last year of 2020, it's the storm will eventually clear, and together we will celebrate, and everything will once again rise, and it'll just be cause for celebration. So this is really about celebrating ourselves. And that's what your twin flame is really all about. Because even though they're not maybe conscious of it, on a deeper level, they're going through this, they know that eventually it's going to let up, and that, you know, kind of once you hit rock bottom, it's like the only way to go is up. And I feel like that's where we are. That's where your twin flame is at. That's where you are at. So we're all going through this together, but this is pretty much confirming for both you and your twin flame that you're both still looking forward to the future, looking forward to union, looking forward to just getting past this mess and focusing on the prize. So that is very comforting, because sometimes when we think our twin flame is going through a really difficult time, like they're going to just give up. They're going to give up on everything. They're going to give up on you. They're going to give up on the connection. But what I'm getting is that no matter where they are, even if they're in a situation, a karmic situation, or a situation that is preventing them from being with you, they know that this is going to happen. It's like light at the end of the tunnel. So that's what I'm really getting with these two cards. And then we have the confirmation. This is the Lover's card. And so your twin flame is choosing you, even if in their minds they think they're not choosing you. And that sounds crazy, I know. You're like, how can they be choosing the connection when, you know, they're with their karmic, or when they're clearly don't want to have anything to do with me? That is all part of, you know, the pieces of what's meant to be. So when your twin flame isn't choosing you or communicating with you or telling you that they want to be with you, they're still ignoring you, they're not communicating with you, that is still part of the journey of a twin flame. In their mind, they have made the decision to go a different route, to be with the karmic, to stay in that situation, to stay, you know, buried in work or with obligations, responsibilities, family, business, whatever it is, to stay buried there. Because that is part of the journey that will bring them back to union. They are listening to their head, but they don't know that their heart is leading the way. So this is like confirmation that no matter how long it takes, and I know twin flames hate hearing that, because who wants to hear it's going to take another year, it's going to take, 10 years. Time is just, it's very unfair when it comes to the love of your life. I get it. And not to say that it can't happen next week, because miracles happen. 2021, lots of change, lots of, new, fresh energy coming into the planet to really help us, let go of this energy of the past. So miracles are happening every day for twin flames. So this is where your twin flame is at. Even if they're telling you one thing, even if their actions are saying no, this is what their heart is saying. So let's get a card for a message from your twin flame. Message from your twin flame. Okay, so let's take these three. So the first one says, please don't leave me. So yes, this is part of what they're experiencing now. Like, they're having all kinds of insecurities that even if they're with a karmic, even if they're halfway around the world, even if they have no idea how they're going to be with you, or, they don't want you to leave. It says, please don't leave me. Because this is where their heart is. Their heart is choosing union. I mean, they have to, because after all this, after everything that's going on in the world, they know that they want to be happy. and they want to be with the love of their life. So the next card that came up was, our connection is real. As much as when they're in a karmic situation, as much as that situation negates that your connection is real, they know deep inside that it's real. Even if it's been 20 years. I have clients that I do readings for and healings for that have been separated for more than 20 years. Do you believe that? So for all of you out there that's been separated for months, like, come on. Like, you don't know what patience is, right? And I'm not saying it's going to take 20 years, and I'm not saying that, you know, that you have to wait 20 more years. No. The planet is releasing this energy, helping us release this energy so that twin flames can come into union. Part of planetary change is for twin flames to free themselves from all this past in order to come into union, to anchor this love, to anchor unconditional love. So it's a very beautiful process, you know, sometimes lengthy, sometimes complicated, but it's so worth it because your work that you're doing on yourself is benefiting the planet. The work that you're doing on yourself heals the planet, heals everyone on the planet. So you guys are doing the work. You guys are the light workers. You are helping the planet learn what unconditional love is. The next message is, I want to be with you. So it's very much confirming, you know, the Lover's card. That's where they are. And this is what they want with you. They just have their hands tied right now. Even letting go of a karmic situation or a karmic person does take work. It takes effort. It takes, you know, it takes courage to be able to step out of something that they felt was almost like self-imposed imprisonment. So I wanted to also go into the inner child because, like, confirming this, both of you, your inner child, as I mentioned earlier, is experiencing a lot of fear. So if you've been experiencing like headaches or stomach problems, I want to say even stomach problems, it's due to the fear that our inner child is experiencing. And when we're not taught the tools on how to release that fear, it gets stored, it gets stuck, and it manifests as physical pain or physical symptoms. So it's very natural, and I'm not saying like not to, it's just really a time to self-care and reach out to the professionals to help you with your physical health. But it is very common, especially during times like this where there's so much uncertainty. So I just want to reassure you that even though it's a very, very scary time on the planet, it is that way because it is necessary. It is necessary for the new energies that only support well-being and harmony. So the world is crumbling, going through this tower phase, tower moment, where the old paradigms, the old beliefs, the old structures are crumbling away so that a new, stronger foundation can be built. So part of releasing the old is helping the inner child to release the emotions that have been buried since childhood. Because again, we're not taught how to process our feelings. We're not taught how to release anger. We're not taught how to release resentment. We're not taught even how to forgive. You know, we always hear, yeah, forgive, but okay, how do you do that? I know. It took me like much of my adult years to even, like, I knew the word forgiveness, but I really didn't get what it meant, you know, until like recently, like what the real true meaning of forgiveness is. And I mean, it just boils down to letting go. But again, okay, how do you let go? How do you let go of anger towards something or someone that really you felt was painful? And so we are going to see what is blocking you from moving forward in your connection and in life, and what inner child blocks are coming up for you to be released. Can you please gain insight into your inner child? What needs to be healed and released in order to clear the pathway to union? Okay, your inner child's being very shy, so let's take these ones. So this one says, I feel scared of this connection. I feel stuck. Okay. So your inner child is absolutely feeling this fear, as I mentioned earlier, and insecurity when it comes to you coming into union with your twin flame. And so you may be all gung-ho, you may be ready, you're picturing it, you're picturing yourselves in your new life, living together possibly, being a family, having harmony, having everyone else kind of figured out and supporting your connection. So that's great. However, when the inner child is scared of this connection, the last thing your inner child wants is union. And I know that sounds very disappointing and sad, but it's not just you, it's for every twin flame and every situation, regardless of if it's a twin flame situation. When the inner child is scared of something, the inner child will not want to move forward, and the inner child will put the brakes on the situation. Try to push away your twin flame energetically, try to reject them. So in your heart, you want to say one thing, you want to say loving things, but then words come out that push your twin flame away. That's your inner child at work. The inner child is very smart when it comes to what it wants when it's motivated enough. So with feelings of fear, your inner child is motivated to like stay away from this twin flame connection, because I'll tell you why your inner child is afraid. Your inner child is afraid that you're going to abandon them once you come into union, because in your mind, you don't need anything else but your twin flame, really, right? And so your inner child is like, well, if our twin flame is in our life, then I'm going to be forgotten. So you're going to forget to self-care, you're going to forget to self-love, you're going to forget to balance your life and include your inner child, have playful time, have downtime, have time where you don't have to work, time to just play. So that's why your inner child is fearing your coming into union. So that has to be healed and released. And I feel stuck. So your inner child feels like his or her needs aren't being met. And so stuck in this limbo of, not feeling fulfilled. So you may be feeling like you're not moving forward, especially in your connection. Maybe you're not moving forward in other areas of life because your inner child feels stuck, because your inner child is full of fear and immobilized in fear. So when your inner child is immobilized in fear, then your inner child is not going to feel very motivated to do very much. So I know for a lot of people, there's just been, like, January's been still kind of slow in getting a new fresh start going with things. It's been like kind of heavy still. And it's because of what's going on, obviously, in the world, and the inner child feels that. The inner child picks up on what's going on energetically and feels stuck in fear. So this fear does need to be healed and released. Okay, so let's get some, this might end in a few minutes, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. Can can you please gain some insight into the energies surrounding your connection once you clear and heal the blocks from your inner child? So there's that one. There's lots that want to come out, but I'm only going to take these because I feel like I want to end this. Okay, that one and that one. So I love this because the High Priestess. So this is like an empowering thing for both of you and your twin flame. Once the blocks have been released, you will be more in your power. So you will, things will flow more. The energies will flow more. You will be able to follow your inner guidance. You will hear your inner guidance. You will be more, I want to say, connected. As you are connected more within, you're connected more with your twin flame. And what I am seeing is that there will be an end to this karmic situation. It's going to come to a head. That once, you know, the fears have been released from within your inner child, movement will be taking place with the third party, with the karmic situation, third party situation, whatever it is, there will be movement. Because I feel like for a lot of twin flames, there hasn't been much change. I know, I get that. But then there's been a lot going on in the world. And sometimes with that energy, you tend to stay more in this unwanted situation. But this, the fact that this came up as a result of releasing the fear means that there will be movement. There will be movement in your favor for things to kind of unglue. Because right now, like, the glue is like this with what's going on in the world. But when we do the work energetically, when we help to heal our inner child, then it becomes unglued. Okay? 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups out of 10 cups is a lot of love. So even though it may seem like your twin flame has turned their back, I feel like this is no longer the case, that they are on their way back to you. So yeah, when you see this picture, it could be like they're turned away from you, but actually they're on their way home. So union. Getting in touch more with what's important to them. Releasing the hidden feelings that they have for you, and following their heart, following their dreams. I'm getting, see, there's a guitar, there's a moon, dreaming. So I really feel like you're their dream and they're on their way back to you. And with that, they'll also be able to fulfill their dreams. As you fulfill your dreams, you are both being led back home. So see these 8 of Cups, that's a lot of cups of love. So it's a very, very, very positive indication of union. So please be sure to order your inner child healings. I do have them available for you. I'd love for you to receive them to help release these blocks, to help unglue the third party situation, karmic situation, whatever it is. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this twin flame reading, and I will see you next time. Sending you so much love and peace. Mwah, mwah, mwah.